Older women share hard truths about men, dating, and life. Let's hear what they got to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Go back to exes or people from your past. And this is dating advice from a woman in her 30s. Men hardly ever grow, they hardly ever change, and they hardly ever evolve.
All right, whoa. We starting off the video like this? See? Come on now. Let's hear what else you got to say, though. That's crazy.
And I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest. The reason why men don't change, they don't evolve, they don't grow is because they live their lives through their ego.
That's bullshit. Oh my God. Why are we always getting attacked? What the fuck? We don't change because we live our lives through our ego. Huh?
And when you are living a life through your ego, you don't care about anyone else but yourself. You don't care about your surroundings. You don't care.
Yo, what's she talking about? Sis, come on. Let's stop the cap. Come on now.
Care about furthering your education. You don't care about the people you date, your family. You only care about yourself. You know that saying, if you let something go and if it comes back, it's yours? Well, that's a lie, and that is bullshit. When you let something go and you let someone go, it's for a reason. As women get older, we decenter men, okay?
What is she Yo, I feel like some people really be getting on the internet and just saying anything. You know what I'm saying? Because this is baseless. She must have had like back-to-back terrible experiences, right? See, here's the difference, right? Someone like myself, despite the fact me having these horrendous dating experiences, right? I'm not going to sit here and say something like this to the opposite sex because I know it's not true. But now we got these shorties, it's not all shorties, right? Running around on the internet saying stuff like this. This is crazy work. And then they want to be like, oh, men hate us. They don't like us. They live their lives through their egos. They only think about themselves. We don't hate y'all. We just listen from afar and be like, damn, that's how some of y'all think? That's crazy. This is crazy. What?
They're not the first thing on our wish list anymore. And we start to focus on ourselves. We start to grow.
And she fire. She not a bad looking John either. She fire. I don't know why she's having a hard time.
Change, we become the woman we've always wanted to be. We start to travel more, move to new cities, get hobbies, start different jobs, or go back to school, start a whole different career. We do a lot as women. And
we do a lot as men. You know what I'm saying? This is giving I hate men. Why do everyone hate men? We don't be doing nothing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the stand-up guys that are actually good people. We don't be doing shit to y'all. We be trying to find love too. You know what I'm saying? We be on Love Island, pop the balloons, balloon pop, whatever to call it. You know what I mean? We be out here trying to find love, trying to find you. You know what I mean? But every time we try to give y'all a chance, you know what I'm saying? It's not all shorties. We run into this, I hate men, but you're different. Why? Like, damn, you already self-sabotaged by yourself by saying something like that. I remember the last time I was on a date with a shorty, right? And she just flat out said, I don't like men. Why are you on a date with me then? Oh, you're different. You don't even know me.
Notice as a woman in her 30s is that the men from my past come back. They always come back. And sadly, they are still in the same mindset, in the same place where we last stopped talking. The amount of men that has come back in my life is insane. There's a guy that I used to talk to 7 years ago. He came back. A guy from 5 years ago. He came back. Someone from my high school came back. Someone from 2 years ago decided to come back. And what's sad about this is that they think that I'm just sitting waiting for them. They think that I'm just, at home knitting and balled up in a corner hoping that they're going to reach out to me. And this is not a bashing post. This is just a reflecting post about life and how no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how far you come in life, men are always going to pop back up. And the reason why
that's not entirely true.
Do this is because men think that there's always going to be a woman that wants them. They think they have this sea of women that are lining up to be with them.
Shit. If I check my phone right now, I wish I had this. My phone dry as a bitch. I ain't got no lineup. Yo, to all the dudes that got a lineup, what y'all doing, man? What y'all doing, bro? My shit dry as the Sahara Desert in this mug. Oh, God. What lineup you talking about? Most dudes don't got no lineup. That's probably why they spun back. It was like, man, shit, I'm gonna have to get with this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Not saying she a bad person, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of dudes that be like, shit, you know what, man? This the best I could do, man. You know what I mean? I try to have some standards for myself, and you know what I mean? Like, shit looking real bleak out here. Nah, I'm for real. I'm dead ass. There's dudes that do that. They be like, shit, man. They probably leave a girl because, you know, so-and-so, like, shit was just wasn't working out. Or it could be vice versa. They're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about dudes like that, though. We talking about good men over here, right? They'll leave a dude. I say, hey, yo. They will leave a shorty, right? Because they just don't work out. They don't click. There's no the respect. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll think a couple of weeks or months down, like, shit, man. My phone dry. Let me spin back. It probably wasn't that bad. I've done that a couple times. Dumbass idea. And then the minute you get back into the situation, you're like, what the fuck was I sipping on? You could have been sipping on some water. You know what I'm saying? But you really thought, like, shit was gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? That's why some dudes spin back.
And then they get older and they realize that no one wants them.
The same thing happens for women too. Let's stop the cap.
So then they start to backtrack to girls that they fumbled, girls they messed up.
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. Yeah, that's facts.
With, and they try to come back to us. No, the door is closed, baby. And this is why I always say, be careful if you're going back to an ex, because 9 times out of 10, there's someone out there that saw his true colors. They didn't want to put up with his bullshit, and they left him. And he's coming back not because he loves you or misses you, because he has no one else.
I kind of just said that.
There's no one else.
So we agree on one thing here.
That wants him. And they always think the door is always going to be open, but it's not. Women move on. Men stay in the past.
No, the fuck we don't. I don't know who told her this.
So, stop wasting your time going back and forth with these men that don't want anything to do with you.
I agree with that. Deal with people that actually like you. I agree with that.
If they wanted to put a ring on your finger, they would have.
This is what I wish I knew when I was in my 20s, as a woman who's now in my 30s, when it comes to dating. If he does not thoroughly enjoy taking care of you.
Wait, whoa. What do we mean? Can we get further explanations on thoroughly enjoy taking care of you? This is mad.
Wrong. It should turn him on to please you. It should fill his cup to fill yours. If there is any sentiment that you are a burden, a chore, depleting him, what do you bring to the table? Any of that, run.
I don't think that's unfair to ask or think about. No man that respects himself is just gonna flat out thoroughly confide in you if you have nothing else to reciprocate. You see what I'm saying? This is what I be saying in my videos. This is all dating is nowadays. Take. What can you do for me? Mama, what can we do for each other? What about that? Let's change the question. Mama fire. She fire. But it's this mentality. Like, it's like, impress me. That's all I'm hearing right now. Let's hear what else you got to say.
Does not naturally make you a priority. Next. If he has enough time in his day to use the restroom, if he has enough time in his day to eat food, he has enough time in his day to call you, to text you, to get back to you, to prioritize you. People prioritize what they want to prioritize.
I agree with that. Okay. She's spitting. Let's see what else.
Someone raised on love cannot date someone raised on survival. Unfortunately, this is especially...
What? What the fuck? She just alienated like most of the male population, bro. Most of us, if we talking about black men, we grew up on survival, and then we changed our situation as we got older. You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean by that? That don't mean we're incapable of showing love to somebody. I don't think that's true.
Prevalent in black communities where people had to grow up raising themselves in really difficult situations. If he does not get therapy and is at a point of healing to the point where he can recognize love and give love and process love, do not waste your time if you're...
Okay. I take back what I said. I actually agree with this to an extent. To an extent. I agree. You know what? I agree. I'm going to take that back.
Raised on love. You can see a dog on the street, want to take them inside, but they can maul your entire family because they do not understand what love is when you reach out your hand to pet them.
That's a ball.
If he gets defensive when you express your truth, next.
That's a ball too.
The wrong man will try to make it seem like whatever it is trivial. It does not even matter what it is. He could hurt your feelings because he wrote your name on a car with bad handwriting. It does not matter what it is.
Wait, whoa.
It's because he wrote your name on a car with bad handwriting. It does not matter what it is. If you are feeling a way about it and you cannot talk to him and hear his empathy and compassion, and he does not have to agree to understand. He does not have to agree to show love and care and consideration. If he does not have that level of emotional intelligence and availability, move on.
Okay. I'm a big believer in emotional intelligence. I really am, right? But the thing that happens, right, when we do express our emotional intelligence, right? Well, most of us, and based on my experiences that I've had this year, right? And I come very calmly. I'll be like, hey, you know, that thing that you just did, I wasn't really a fan of it. Please don't do that. I find it to be a bit disrespectful. Now it's like when you say that to the opposite sex, at least with the women I've dealt with, I'm sassy or gay or controlling. It's like you can't win, my G. And then this is a shorty that flat out told me I like my men to be emotionally available. Like, she flat out told me this. And then when I express something that she don't like that she did to me, she becomes defensive or says I wasn't trying to disrespect you. If I did, I would have said this instead. And it's like, you totally negated what I just said. So I really hope, you know, some of the women practice what they actually want. You know what I'm saying? Because emotional intelligence requires being able to take whatever feedback the other person is gonna say as well, right? There's always like, oh, I want someone who could communicate. But when it becomes a communication about something that they're doing, it's like, oh, no, we can't talk about that, right? Accountability is like a word that frightens some women, right? I'm saying some women a lot because a lot of people like to generalize what I say in the comments and take it the wrong fucking way, right? If this doesn't apply to you, please just enjoy the fucking video. Let's get it.
You cannot teach someone that. If he's aggressive with others, he's most likely going to be aggressive with you.
That's a fact.
If he cannot respect your boundaries, move on.
Vice versa.
That is a dangerous situation. If he cannot set boundaries with others, move on.
That's a bar.
This boy will have you feeling like the man in the relationship. If money is the number one metric that matters in his life, move on. You will never come first. And you are going to be seen.
I don't think a woman actually wants a man to put them first. Let me know if I'm wrong, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's You put your purpose first, then you could put your shorty after, or your family, then shorty. Nah, just shorty after. And then family, friends, whatever, right? Yeah, I don't think women actually want a man that puts her at the tippity top of the list. You know what I'm saying? Because that turns into a whole nother situation of like, oh my God, this guy always want to be under me. You know what I mean?
As an expense. Let me know if I should do a part 2.
Hey ladies, I've said it before and I will say it again and I will say it and say it and say it again. If you are out here dating and you don't have any hobbies, you're doing it wrong. If the only thing that you have planned for your day is to get up, go to work, and wait for that man to call you, you're setting yourself up in the worst way possible. The beginning stage when you first talking to a man, everybody knows that everybody's felt that feeling. He's so cute, he's so fine, he always call on time, he make me laugh, he's smart, he paid for the date, he sent me some money, everything is cool. But if you are not careful, if that's all you're doing, if that's the only place that your energy is going to, if that's the only thing that you're focused on, it is going to become your whole life. Before you know it, it's all you're going to be thinking about. As long as your life is just going to work, which you already probably don't want to do, and then waiting for a man to call you, your life source, your happiness is going to be tied to him. It's going to be tied to whether or not he called you today, whether or not y'all get to
She not lying. She is not lying. She is not lying.
see each other this week.
This could happen to anybody.
Whether or not he's acting right, like it's all going to be tied up in that man and in that connection. If you get some hobbies, if you start hanging out with your friends, if you start hanging out with yourself and you actually fill your life and live your life intentionally, then the things that are going on in that relationship are not going to feel as like urgent. It's not going to be that huge of a deal if you don't hear from him for a couple hours. It's not going to send you spiraling because you'll be too busy doing your own thing. That way, if and when he start acting up and things aren't going the way that you want, you're not too attached to him and too attached to this outcome that you can't make the right decision. But if this is all you have going for you, if this is the only thing you're focused on, then you're going to do whatever you need to do to make that work. That's why so many people say that you need to date multiple people at one time. I don't necessarily believe that, but the sentiment of it is, if you have other things to occupy your time, if you have other things that you are focused on, if you have other options, then you are not going to be settling for just anything just because you don't have nothing else to do. So maybe this year, instead of just trying to get more dates and trying to date different men, maybe we try filling your time and filling your head with things that you enjoy and things that you like and things that you can focus on and like things that make you happy. So that way when he's not making you happy or when he's not acting right or when he shows you that this is really not important to him, you're not clinging on to it for dear life. Also, this goes for men and women. People who have something going on, like people who have hobbies and things to do and interests and like are passionate about something, are much more interesting and much more fun to be around. Men can tell when you don't got nothing to do but sit by the phone. They can pick up on that very easily, and you can already guess that they're going to take advantage of that. So find you something to do. Start a book club, take yourself out to eat, start knitting. I don't know. Do something, but just don't do nothing.
Dating your 30s is a
I ain't gonna lie, she was making a lot of sense in that particular segment of this episode. That was a ball. That was a ball.
whole different ballgame. So let me tell you some things I wish I knew in my 20s. First of all, if a man is giving you bare minimum, do not meet him halfway. Match his energy. I used to think, oh,
I agree. If a shorty is meeting you half there, leave her. Fuck is you talking about?
well, maybe he's just busy. Maybe I need to try harder. No. If he's not giving you any energy, it's because he doesn't want to. One thing I've learned is a guy knows what he wants, and don't even waste your time trying to wait for him to change. And those stories.
That's some. She's spitting, right? Just anything you hear her say, reverse it to the opposite sex. This is for all the niggas, right? If she not give you energy, leave her in a penitentiary. Word.
That you hear of how somebody changed overnight, that is 1 in 2 million.
There ain't nobody changing overnight unless there's some severe situation that happens. That's bullshit. Not happening.
So don't think it's going to be
Oh, if they have an epiphany.
It's unlikely. Nobody changes unless they have to. Also,
Right.
boundaries are everything.
That's
okay?
a ball.
Everything. I've learned that setting boundaries up front saves you a whole lot of heartache. Know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do and stand on it. So if you say something is like a deal breaker for you, then you need to be able to walk away if it isn't going that way. Or
That's a ball. That's a ball. Right?
just don't say anything at all. It's better to not say anything at all than to say something and then have to go back on your word, because at that point you seem like someone's wishy-washy and it just doesn't work. Trust me. Just say nothing. Okay?
Give her one chance. If you say, hey, I don't like when you goddamn, I don't know, something, and she do it once, you be like, hey, I told you about this. Please don't do it again. She do it again. Door. Gone. Word.
Because if you say that, oh, I'm going to leave it this, and you don't, it's a tough one. The right person will respect you. The right person is not going to try to guilt you into doing something you don't want to do.
That's a ball.
Okay? Okay. Make sure you pay attention to how people react when you stand firm in your boundaries.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, she's spitting. She's spitting. Oh, bro, she's spitting. She making sense. Yes. She's spitting.
Now that we're in this era of dating apps, one thing I would say is don't think that the dating apps is, like, first of all, the truth. A lot of people are just putting anything on there. Take the time to vet somebody. Are they actually who they say they are? Do you have any mutuals? Do you have any way to make sure that they actually have a job or their house or a car or they're not lying? Because
There's some very interesting characters on dating apps. That's funny. Make sure that she has a job. I done met a shorty. Yo, I was on a date with this one shorty, bro. We over here, we eating some Mexican food. I had a, como se dice, quesadilla. I had a quesadilla. And she had some other shit, right? And I had a mojito, right? We over here talking. I'm like, so how do you make your money? Like, I just asked it, because she asked me how I make my money. I told her I was a content creator. She said OnlyFans. I said, no. I don't do OnlyFans. No OnlyFans, right? I'm a dancer. You know, I make content like this, and I make other dance content, right? And then I was like, how do you make your money? She flat out said, I be on Snapchat. I'm like, I was like, Snapchat? What do you do on Snapchat? She said, I just ask dudes for money, and, they kind of just give it to me. I was like, oh, guess what? That was the last time I talked to her. Fuck. I'm not dating somebody like that. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even know what's going on nowadays, but what you see is not what you're really getting always. So
that's a ball.
Vetting people, please. It's kind of hard to vet somebody if you don't have a mutual. So it's usually best if you have somebody you can talk to that knows somebody. But even if you don't,
you just gotta take your time. You know what I mean? I met this one shorty. She was trying to speed into me calling her girlfriend. She was speeding to have it. I've only known this shorty for 2-3 weeks. She like, so how long does it take for you to call somebody your girlfriend? I said like 6-7 months. She said, oof, that's long. I said, how long do you usually take to call somebody your boyfriend? Like a month or 2. All right, sis, for sure.
There's other ways. Because you can be somebody on the street, you know.
I don't know. I don't get the obsession with the title. Like, doing the title shit, it's like, bro, it ain't gonna change shit but apply pressure. Literally. We would do the same shit that we would do right now, regardless if we have a title or not. Right? As we already had the conversation to exclusively date. They're technically girlfriend and boyfriend, just without the fucking title. I don't get the obsession of that shit. I don't get it.
Where they're from. So it's not just dating apps, it's just in general. Use discernment. Pray when you meet somebody, because evil spirits are real. Okay? Just be very mindful of what it is you're entering, because romantic relationships are very consuming, and you don't want to be consuming any bad energy, any devilish energy. I'm sorry, demons. So be very mindful of all these things I'm saying. I'm speaking from experience. When you're dating, it's all about aligning yourself with the right person, and you're not desperate. You just want someone, you want a companion.
Facts. Boss.
So don't act like you're desperate and be settling for someone who's not meant for you. Okay, well, that's it for now. I'm sure I have more if you want some. So
Kitana! Yo, shout out Kitana. I ain't gonna lie, Kitana kinda... Alright.
I want to give you guys my 5 tips of dating advice. One of them, leave at the first point of confusion. Do not allow a man to confuse you, to fill your head up with lies. The second he does that, leave. I don't care how good it sounds, how much you wanted to believe it, how much you did believe it. The second he confuses you, whether that's actions, him saying one thing, doing another, or him going back on his word, you leave. Name one woman who stayed during all points of confusion, who is now just lingering around, who has never been cuffed, who is literally filled with sadness and heartbreak because now she's in a cycle that she has not left. Do not stay, okay? Second he confuses you, get up out of there, okay? Okay. The second piece of dating advice, we are too grown to be building up any man, okay? Do not try to fix no man. Do not try and fix his dysfunctional family. Don't try and fix his trauma. Don't try and teach him how to fold his clothes. Don't teach him how to change a tire. Come to me healed, prepared, and ready. I'm not building up no more men.
Isn't your 20s supposed to be the time when you actually build some type of structure? Not everyone. What the fuck? You're not supposed to have your whole life figured out by 20. You know what I'm saying? Come on, mama. I hear what you're saying, but that's not fair. Because y'all could come half prepared, a quarter prepared. You know what I'm saying? And we still fuck around, you know what I'm saying? Find out. We just date whoever has a good character. You know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, yeah, she valid. You know what I'm saying? She got her mind screwed on right. She don't got everything figured out, but you know what I mean? Like, I could work with her. Y'all can't do that for us? That's crazy. 20. We talking about, she said, dating advice for your 20s. Not 30. This is 20s. You just started becoming an adult. There's so much shit you got to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Even if you become one of those dudes that's like, a 19-year-old millionaire, there's so much you gotta learn about being an adult. You know what I'm saying? So I don't quite agree with this one, mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't quite agree with this one.
I'm not staying down for the come up for nobody else. I'm not getting it out the mud with you.
What? What? We do that all the time. We do that all the time. See, this is why I be telling y'all, man, get y'all shit together. Because it's like they want a finished product, some of these women, right? You could be a great guy. But if you ain't at the finish line doing everything you need to do, which technically you really never gonna be at the finish line, right? You as humans, we continue to evolve and our things change, our needs change over time, right? So it's like, fuck your character. Right? You gotta have everything in place in your 20s. Mama, please. You was killing it. You're killing me right now. Word to bro.
You come built and I will make sure you're stable, okay? Next. Do not ever settle, because I promise you, look at me in my eyes while I look in this flashing flashlight of a camera. There is somebody who's going to check all them boxes. Don't be with anybody who does not make you feel your best. It's too
That's a ball.
many men out here who will make you feel like you are the most beautifulest thing walking, who will lift you up in abundance, who will not tear you down when you get some good news, who will not break you down just so he could stay up. The last piece of advice I would give is don't put yourself in trauma. And if you're in trauma,
That's a ball.
you need to leave. A lot of women can't find themselves out of trauma because they try to validate them leaving. You don't have to understand why you're leaving. You need to leave. Baby, you're questioning yourself in that relationship with him. Why you gotta question you leaving him? Don't make yourself an insecure woman, a heartbroken woman. Save yourself while you can. There's too many men out here that will do that for you. Don't settle. Don't be stupid. Love yourself, okay? Peace, love, and applesauce. Bye.
If there's one thing I've learned dating men, it's that doing less will always get you more. Always. I feel like a lot of women have a tendency to think, like, when you start liking him, you're like, oh, okay, I like him. Let me cook him dinner. Let me see if I can pick him up from work. Let me buy his meal sometimes. You start thinking, if I do all of this, then he will see what a catch I am. It's having the opposite effect, I promise. Have you ever heard a man be in a relationship with a woman or he's like, I liked her because she did so much for me?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. So what the fuck is she talking about? Don't listen to this shit. Do not listen to this shit. Do not listen to this shit. Please. Do not listen to this shit. Do not listen to this shit. The one thing I would say is don't go around doing this for everybody. You can't just do this for everybody. But yes, I have heard stories like, yo, she bought me food the other day. She picked me up from hit. Oh yeah, automatic. She up there. Fuck. Shorty's is not doing this. This is not normal. This is anomaly behavior. This is not normal. Guys in the comments, let me know if what she just said is a normal thing that you've experienced in this life. I probably got that type of treatment once or twice, my nigga. And I'm 27. This is not normal shit.
Was it a healthy relationship that it looked like you want to be a part of? Did it seem like he respect her? Did it seem like he really loved her? Or did it sound...
All right, let's not try to blame everything on the dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we gotta do some looking too, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? He could be a piece of shit, but he could be like, damn, that motherfucker's a piece of shit. Let me get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
like she was made. When men like you, they want to give to you. When men like you, no matter what they have, whether they rich, poor, or somewhere in between, they want to give to you because
that's a ball.
They know that that's what it's going to take to get more of her time. If I have to buy her lunch, I'm going to buy her lunch because I need some more of her time. If I have to pick her up from work, I'm going to pick her up from work. Whatever it takes to get some more of her time. If I have to get her tires fixed, then I'm fixing them tires. Whatever it takes to get more of their time. When they like you, they want to do all that stuff. But you as a woman, when you start thinking, how do I make him like me? Oh, let me go do this, that, and the third. You already lost. Yeah,
you can't make anybody like you. This goes for men or women. You can't make anybody like you. This just doesn't work. That's called manipulation, right? You can't make anybody like you. It's either they like you or you don't. Oh, they don't. You know what I'm saying? And once you recognize they like you, cool. When you recognize that they don't like you, guess what? Cool too. Get the fuck up out of there. Word to bro.
It looks like you're auditioning to be his girlfriend. And if you are auditioning to be his girlfriend, you're never going to make it past the tryouts. I promise. I saw TikTok the other day. This is not about her. It's no hate to the creator before y'all start calling me bullies and all types of names in my comments.
People love doing that.
Not about her. It's just an example. But she was saying that she's been dating a man since June. It's October. She's been dating this man. And there's been multiple occasions where he's at work and he texts her and says, I'm hungry. I forgot my lunch. Will you bring me some food? So she's like, oh, yeah, sure. She will go get the food, buy the food, no reimbursement, coming out of pocket and never getting it back, and bring it up to his job like she's a DoorDash driver. That's what it was giving. It was giving DoorDash. And now she's told him, hey, I really like flowers. Will you buy me some flowers? Which you really should not even ever have to ask a man to buy you flowers. Personally, personal opinion, sorry. Nonetheless, he said no. I'm not doing it. I don't buy.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is called a piece of shit boy. He's a piece of shit brother. That you gotta be to recognize, like, hey man, he's using me. That is unfortunately a one-sided relationship. Yo, shout out to Shorty. I agree on this one. This is bad works. He can't buy you flowers. You bought him that DoorDash multiple times? Yeah, nah, twin. It's not looking good.
Women flowers. That man is in receiving mode. He's not in giving. He's in, his palm is open.
Didn't I say this earlier? Modern day relationships are like this. Take. It's gotta be take. Ooh, give. Take. Double give. Double take. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just take. It's crazy stuff, y'all.
It's open and you keep putting stuff in it. So why would he ever turn the tables? Now for that specific situation,
let me tell you what to do. If you need to stop door dashing this young man, you stop giving him food and see how he responds. That's when you'll see his true colors. He's not gonna be happy with that.
I don't like her that much, but that's not my business and that's not my point. My point is,
you putting on game.
Woman get in the mood where you keep giving and giving and giving, he's going to take and take and take and take. His hand is open and he's not going to close it. He would be a fool to. Why would he stop taking when he could just keep taking. What do you mean? So when you get that urge, when that little voice in your head is like, oh, let me go cook him his favorite meal, even though he's never done anything to deserve this. Let me go cook him his favorite meal and drop it by his house. And then he will see what a good girlfriend I would be. You've already lost, babe. You've already lost. Give it up.
Ladies, to lower your chances of getting played by men is to unlearn the Disney fairy tale movies that y'all thought love was supposed to be, where y'all fall in love in 5 minutes. And understand that men and women don't fall in love the same way. Women, for the most part, they fall in love with a lot of words. That's why a lot of women always say, he sold me a dream by his words. That's why it's easy for men to talk you out your drawers.
I don't know about this one.
That's what that saying comes from, talk you out your drawers, because everybody knows, even men, no matter how much you think they're stupid, they're not. They understand, especially men who get women, they understand that, okay, over time, I put 2 and 2 together that women like a lot of words because it makes them feel good. And a lot of women are desperate, unfortunately, to be loved, to be in a relationship. A man
Okay. All right.
that truly loves you, how he shows or express his feelings for you is always going to be by actions, never
Okay. I see what she's saying now. Take back what I said before.
words. Yes, he can express himself, but for the most part, men don't really like expressing themselves because it kind of makes them feel awkward depending on the man.
No, let me tell you why we don't like expressing ourselves. Because our whole life we've growing up hearing, right? And receiving negative reinforcement every time we try to say something about how we feel. We get it from every walk of life. We get it from our mentors. We get it from our male leaders. We get it from women. That's why we shut the fuck up when it comes to how we feel, right? We keep that shit. We seal that motherfucker off to the grave. We not gonna tell y'all about that because y'all gonna call us. Y'all gonna use that information against us most of the times. We open up about something, have an argument about something slight. That shit comes up. It's like, bro, that's what you're using the information for? You stored it for ammunition? That's crazy work.
But they're never going to tell you by words. So if you're in a situation and it's always, well, he tells me this, he tells me that, that should be a instant light bulb telling you, okay, he's full of shit. And if I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a woman, ask the men in your life.
Boy advice, I wish
I ain't gonna lie, she's spitting. But hey, man, shout out to Life with Melanie. You know what I'm saying? For this fire video, you know what I mean? Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Send me any videos on Instagram y'all want me to react to. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's suck your blood clot mother.